family. I'm Autumn Johnson, your host, alongside the two of the biggest sports names in this sport, Ally and Kelley O'Hara.
Hello.
The duo we all needed for sure. How are y'all feeling today? It's finally championship day.
It is. It's championship day, and the energy out here is awesome.
Amazing.
How cool is this?
I see a lot of Kelley O'Hara heads.
I know, right? I got a lot of me back there. But listen, I'm pumped. We both would probably be lying if we said we didn't really want to be
warming up out there.
Yeah, in there. But this warm-up is a nice consolation prize, and I'm excited to be here with my longtime friend, Ally Riley.
This is a reunion that was long time coming. You know, we went to Stanford together and got drafted to the FC Gold Pride in the WPS. And in 2010, we had a career highlight.
Yes, championship.
No, it was our YouTube show, Kelley and Ally's Corner. So this is not the
course.
first time we have been on screen together.
Oh my gosh.
But the championship was cool too.
Championship was fantastic. And yes, this isn't our first time on screen together. And after today, we're thinking that we're going to add Autumn into...
It's a
Can I
trio
be in
now.
the family?
Yeah, I think
Yes.
so. Yeah, for sure.
I love it.
This is
so
the reboot,
much.
the start of the reboot.
The big
and you're
three.
part of it. The big three.
And we did get down on the dance floor
We
last
did.
night at a great Just Women Sports party, which was lit.
Yeah, shout out to them.
And I think that was kind of the warm-up before the warm-up, so now we're really ready.
I love it. Hey, we are locked in now, and we are set for an amazing day. I mean, I've been waiting for this championship game to kick off for so long, and it's finally here. Two deserving teams. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. We got the Portland Thorns taking on Kansas City Current. The fans. I'm hearing different applauding
I see a lot
for
of
different teams for sure. A lot of teal back there. But let's go ahead and jump into Portland. Two different journeys for these teams. In Portland, I mean, they're used to playing for finals trophies in these huge games. This will be their third championship trophy if they win tonight. They finished second in the table, and then they earned a semifinals trip. Took a bye, took down San Diego Wave with Crystal Dunn coming in the clutch that
Banger.
game,
Yeah.
winning
Worldie.
dagger
Worldie
in
of a goal.
stoppage time. It was
Yeah.
incredible to see. If you didn't catch that game, man, it was a good one for sure. But Kelley, I'll start with you. What was the key to success for Portland Thorns this season?
I think there's two keys to the Thorns' success this season. I think that, to start with, it's the obvious one. They have a stacked roster. You know, you look at their team, and they've got a ton of international experience, a ton of league experience, and from that talent, they have a plus 25 goal differential on the season. And they have 14 players that have contributed at least one goal
That's amazing.
to that goal differential. Yeah, I don't think any other team probably has had that in the league. But I know from experience, talent isn't everything. You need something to pull together. And I think that for Portland, they have the intangible of a winning culture at that franchise. They know how to win. And like you said, they've won Shields. They've won championships. Tonight, they have the chance to win a third championship. And I think that we might see it, we might not. But those are the two keys, I would say.
The top offense in the NWSL, but don't sleep on KC Current. They have had such a turnaround story this entire season. Last year was this team's first year in the NWSL. Now this year, they finished dead last last year, but this year they finished 5th overall, and they just went on an upset rampage,
What a
I would
playoff
say.
run.
Quarterfinals, taking down Houston Dash. And then in the semis, they took down the Shield winners, OL Reign,
Yeah.
the favorites.
That was a
But
big upset.
I know, and I can't believe it. Like, literally the momentum that they're riding with was incredible to see. Ally, what's been the key to their success?
We have to talk about AD Franch. Let's hear it for the goalkeepers.
French fans out there.
Goalkeeper of the Year nominee, Best 11 second team, just finishing behind Kaylin Sheridan, who had a sensational season herself. But did you see her semifinal performance?
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I was losing my mind watching on my couch at home. Her saves were out of this world, for sure.
I think the KC backline should feel very confident tonight, having Franch behind them.
Yeah.
And she also mentioned after the semifinal that this team is peaking at the right time. And there might not have been a lot of expectations. It's quite different from the Portland Thorns.
Absolutely.
But even if no one else believed in them, they believed in themselves. They're confident. They play with so much joy. They have so much fun out there. And they're trying to complete a worst to first fairy tale. And we might see that for the first time ever in this league tonight.
It's a scary team. They are dangerous, riding off that momentum. And as we look ahead to this matchup, we're going to see a lot of stars out on that field tonight. I'm excited to see all of them shine. Kelley, for you, who are you looking out for, and who should be on our radar when it comes to the Portland Thorns?
I mean, we all know the obvious answer, right? Sophia Smith, NWSL MVP of the year. She's just been incredible for this team. She's got 14 goals, 3 assists. She performs in big moments. She's won a title at Stanford where she scored a hat trick in the semifinal of that run. But I do think that tonight is going to be the biggest game of her young career. I expect her to turn up big tonight. I expect big things from her. And just knowing the type of player she is, if and when she gets the ball at her foot and is running at the KC back line, Portland should be pumped and KC should be very scared.
A young star on the rise for sure, and she's made such a name for herself so early in her career. For you, Ally, when you look at Kansas City Current, who are you looking out for?
I think everyone should have their eyes on LaBonta.
Oh,
Also a Stanford Cardinal.
Is there a theme
It's
here?
a theme here.
I think so.
It's trending.
Stanford's pretty cool. Lo is such an exciting player. I think because KC is a team that wants to counterattack, she's a key part of that. She scores herself, she assists, but she has a part in a lot of their attacks. And she's fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Oh my
the
gosh.
goal celly queen.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
all
we had
personality.
I think we had a favorite goal celebration.
Oh yeah, definitely had a favorite goal celebration. When
Big injury,
Yeah, when
the
she did the hamstring, and I was like, "Low," and then I was like, "This is bad juju," but it was hilarious, and she faked out the broadcasters.
Yes. Then you know you've made it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goal
Love
celly
it.
queen.
I can't wait to see what she has in her bag if she does score tonight. The
Oh, yeah.
celebration queen. Let's just go ahead and crown her now for it. We'll actually get to catch up with her later on in the broadcast, so make sure you all stay tuned. We'll also reveal our championship predictions I will get from you guys, so make sure y'all lock into that. But first, we want to hear from you. Out on Just Women's Sports Twitter account, we have a poll going asking who is your championship winner. So go ahead and get your votes in so we can see.
What do you guys think?
Go ahead, tap in.
Get on Twitter.
I think I have an idea with all these fans back here, but this is the warm-up presented by Ally, brought to you by Just Women's Sports. And man, these fans, y'all are incredible out here.
This is awesome.
I love it.
I'm loving this vibe.
I love it too. And
Yeah.
Kelley, actually, you live here in DC.
Yeah.
You play with Washington Spirit, and I heard you had a chance to catch up with some locals earlier this week. So how did that go?
Well, Autumn, I played for the Washington Spirit, but I am a free agent this offseason.
Look
so
out.
TBD where I end up.
Okay.
But that is correct. I do live in D.C. I love this city. I had the chance earlier this week with Just Women's Sports to get out on the street and talk to some fans. They're mostly tourists, I'm not going to lie, honestly. Ask them some soccer questions, and it was hilarious. So let's roll the tape.
Oh, I can't wait.
Hey, can I ask you some questions? Best friends right here, you know what I'm saying? How many players are on a field at one time?
11. Oh, and 22.
Good, good. Why don't they know anything about soccer?
I,
Who should we pick next? Do you know how many minutes are in a soccer game?
90.
Woo! Who won not the last Women's World Cup, but the one before that?
New York.
Yes. Who's your favorite women's soccer player?
I only know Alex Morgan, so.
Why didn't you come on camera?
Oh, she went to my high school. That's the only reason why I know her.
Me?
No, Kelley O'Hara. Are you Kelley O'Hara?
What the? What? Yeah. I have a question. Do you know any women football players who have won 2 World Cups?
No.
Huh. Who won the last Women's World Cup?
England.
Oh, I liked it when the United States won.
So did I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Do you know any players on that team?
Alex Morgan.
Yes.
Pino. Yeah.
Yes, Rapinoe.
That's all I know.
No one else. Fair enough.
I feel like this is a trick question, and like you won 2 World Cups before, and I should know that. But you don't look like Mia Hamm.
That is correct. I do not.
Well,
You guys want to have a kick around?
How'd you touch? How'd you touch? We like that. Oh, wait, oh, okay, you're gonna pass. Okay, we're doing a little passing pattern. Here we go. Oh, okay. Behind the leg. Holy smokes.
Do you know who won the last Women's World Cup?
No.
Beyonce! That is the best answer of the day. We're done. This was a great interview. Good job. You guys are awesome.
Beyonce is always the correct answer,
Listen,
but hold up.
No, but if Beyonce played in a World Cup, she would win.
She would win.
So that was, I
Who
think it was
else
a correct
would?
answer. Yeah, for sure, for
So
sure.
Beyonce is always correct.
Did you know that fellow?
I did not.
High school? Like
so
what?
a lot of people were asking. We did go to the same high school, but he graduated in 2016. I graduated in 2006. So there's a large gap. We never actually have met each
What are
other.
the odds?
But yeah, it was. You would think that someone planted him there, but it was completely random.
Well, that was hilarious. Thank you so much for educating the DC locals out there. We are back with the warm-up presented by Ally, brought to you by Just Women's Sports. We're live here in DC. Championship game about to go down real soon. And we got to dive into the 2022 season.
Getting close now.
This was a special season, y'all. The NWSL celebrated its 10th year anniversary. So many incredible things going on and off the field. We had 2 new cities join the scene so far, San Diego and LA. Then we had tons of excitement around new partners and investors coming in. Kelley, when you look at this season as a whole, what was one of your biggest takeaways?
I think my favorite part of this season was seeing the mix of youth and wisdom shine on the field. We had so many young players have big seasons for this league. You got Sophia Smith winning NWSL MVP. Got Naomi Girma. She's a rookie. She's coming in winning Rookie of the Year, Defender of the Year.
Amazing.
She's absolutely incredible.
Stanford.
Ordonez, she's also a rookie. She was pushing for that in that NWSL Golden Boot race. Super fun to watch her. And then Mallory Pugh. You know, a lot of people see her as a veteran, but she's only 24 years old, and she had a stellar season this year for sure.
Well, okay. Some great young talent.
Yeah, and that's why.
Can we hear it for the vets?
For sure.
Old but gold. Let's go.
Listen, you love wisdom, right? And I think that's what I love about this league. You're seeing, like I said, a lot of youth, but you got the resiliency of these veterans. And you have Alex Morgan winning the Golden Boot this year. Best season she's had so far of her professional career.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Becky Sauerbrunn. Was up for Defender of the Year, like almost every year for her. And then Crystal Dunn scores, like we said, banger of a goal in the semifinal 5 months out from giving birth to her son.
Incredible.
So I love seeing the youth because I know that this league is in good hands, but being able to see the veterans continue to push this league and guide it is awesome.
Oh, I think you forgot about 2 other vets who may not be in there.
I did,
But they
you're
are
right.
out
How could
here
it slip my mind?
repping the NWSL.
Yeah, let's go.
Winning.
Yeah.
Winning.
Listen, you
Stanford
win,
alums.
Yeah, we found a way to win no matter what.
Allie, what about you from this 2022 season? What was one of your biggest takeaways and storylines?
Honestly, it's the parity for me. This Shield race, the playoff race, it was chaos to the very end. And I think when you have a league where the top 5 teams finish within 4 points of each other, that is unheard of. And with Kelley mentioning, when you have young players coming into the league doing so well, but veterans who are maintaining their form, the talent pool just gets so big, and those players are all spread across the league on different teams. So you get a really, really even team, even league.
Yeah, and I think that I agree with you. I think this is the most competitive league in the world, but I've only played here, so I'm biased. You've played in 4 leagues: Germany, Sweden, England, USA. Would you say NWSL is the best league in the world, most competitive league in the world?
It is a resounding yes, and I think the evidence for that is when you have 2 expansion teams come in and do so well.
Yeah.
One, obviously, San Diego Wave makes the playoffs. The other, Angel City, wonderful, amazing, beautiful club, almost making the playoffs. It just shows. Again, Kansas City last year was technically an expansion team, so this league is so competitive, absolutely most competitive league in the world.
Well, we can't talk about the 2022 season without mentioning the Yates report, and that was announced earlier this month. A lot of those names are now out of the league. Of course, we had a massive turnover when it came to the league offices and then individual clubs in itself. Allie, I know we still have more work to go, but where do you think the NWSL is at today, and how do you think it continues to move forward?
We all know there were some very difficult headlines over the past 2 years, but the players have come together as a collective and made our voices heard. And I do think that the league is listening. And a lot of that wouldn't be possible without our amazing Players Association.
Yeah, yes.
Yes,
Shout
let's
out.
hear it for the PA.
Yes. It's been so important, and I think it's a reason why we can all believe and trust that this league is heading in the right direction with the formation and the fortification of the Players Association. It allowed us to sign a historic CBA this year, which the fact that it's our 10th season and we're just now signing a CBA is kind of crazy, but
Yep, it was about time.
yeah, but we were able to do it, and it's, I think, leading us in the right direction. And I just want to shout out, like the fans did,
Yeah.
Yes.
PA.
The players.
The players that are intimately involved in the PA and do all the work on the negotiation side. I mean, they're working on the field, they're working in training, but then they're putting in so many hours off the field to make sure, as a league, that we're protected as players.
Yeah,
and
these are our rights we're talking about.
Exactly, and that we're heading in the right direction. So shout out to our PA.
Absolutely.
They're huge.
Yeah, Megan Burke.
Yes. Thank you guys. It's really great to be able to have them leading us. But I think another thing that is showing this league is heading in the right direction is the investment piece. And like you have already talked about a little bit, San Diego Wave, Angel City FC came in, new clubs, expansion teams, great ownership, and now we're going to talk about the attendance records that we've been breaking.
Look at this electric atmosphere. I mean, fans showing up and showing out. This year, over 1 million fans in attendance for the regular season, and that was triple of what it was 10 years ago. And if you wanted a sign that we are trending in the right direction, the 4 largest crowds in NWSL playoff history all happened in October. So shout out to y'all investing and showing up for women's sports as a whole. But another big reason to be optimistic about the league in itself is the number of partners who have committed to elevating the NWSL. We have CMO for Ally, Andrea Brimmer. Thank you so much for joining us.
I am so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean,
Welcome.
so fitting for a championship. Overall, you remember last year we were waiting for a noon kickoff,
Yeah.
getting our coffee ready. Now the championship game is in prime time where it belongs, and that's thanks to Ally.
Well, we're excited to be a part of it, that's for sure. I think, it was a great partnership between the National Women's Soccer League and CBS and Ally. And I didn't want to get up that early again, so that was a big no.
I like it at this time for sure.
Look, women's sports belong in prime time.
Yeah.
This is
Yes.
the first prime time game in the history of women's championship.
Say
Can you
it
believe
louder,
it?
let's go.
Not just soccer,
Yeah.
and that's just not right. And so as a brand that stands for doing it right, we just felt like it couldn't stand anymore, so we're excited.
I mean, history has been made
History.
today, for sure. What does it mean to you to be involved in that?
I'm a former soccer player. It's my passion. I played at Michigan State. Go Green. And, I think just it's so important for brands to have a voice and for brands to overinvest in women's sports and to lift up women's sports. And, it's going to be an emotional night tonight. I know I'm going to have tears in my eyes at that kickoff. I think the whole team that's here tonight is going to have chills. And to be a part of this is just incredible.
Well, you mentioned being a former soccer player. I want to know, what stars do you have on your radar out there? Who are you looking out for?
I was a midi, so I'm partial to Lo, and I'm
Okay.
partial to Crystal for sure. So
I love it. Well, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to catch up with you, and thank you for being an ally to our fans and also players.
it's our pleasure. Let's go.
Let's go.
Thank you.
I love it. Well, we're getting closer to kick off between the Current and the Thorns, which means it's the perfect time to kick it off to Leslie Osborne, who caught up with LaBonta, and she talked about what this game means to Kansas City Current and also their chances of winning. Check it out.
Lo, it's obviously been a remarkable turnaround from last season to this year. What's been kind of the secret sauce to the club's success this year?
I would say the secret sauce is that we found the joy in every single moment. Everybody bought in that we are truly embracing and enjoying the moment when we do succeed.
As a team, you guys have embraced this underdog mentality all season long. How are you guys feeling now going into tomorrow's game against top-notch Portland team?
we for sure, I think, have been the underdog just because, you know, we're in last. But then we went on this big unbeaten streak. So I think now, you know, Portland obviously is a dynasty of doing really well. And they have this legacy. And then there's us that they've been saying rise with the current, and we truly have been. And so I think it's going to be a huge game because we are going to be giving our all. We've never been at this point. So I think it's going to be a battle for sure.
Okay, last question and most important one. Do you have a celebration plan for the championship game?
I'll probably have a conversation with my roommate, is Kristen Edmonds. She's been my roommate this entire season, and she has sprinted forward to be a part of every one of my celebrations this year. So I'm pretty sure she'll probably give me one, and I'll do it for her because she's been one of my biggest fan supporters this whole time. So we'll come up with something for sure.
Oh, I know you will. I love it. We're all here for it. Just super excited for you. Congratulations on your success, the team success. To go from last place last year to be in this championship game is truly incredible. So great job. I might be cheering for you all tomorrow. Okay? All right? Good luck. Can't wait to see you out there, and I'll see you after the match, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The celebration queen herself about to take on the field. Hey, we are 1 hour away until kickoff coming up real soon.
1 hour away.
Let's go.
Prime time, baby.
Yes, this is the warm-up presented by Ally, brought to you by Just Women Sports. And we're about to make our predictions really soon. But first, I need some keys to the game. So, Ally, I'm going to start with you. What does Kansas City have to do?
For me, it's simple, which is why I'm not a coach. But I think that Kansas City is a counterattacking team. So counterattack with speed and with numbers. Get those wing backs high, overload Portland's back four. And I just think that if you can find Kristen Hamilton, whether it's in front of Portland's back line, so she's driving at them, or if they're high, finding her in behind, she will go straight to goal. There's a good chance we could see a fun celebration.
Oh, it will not be easy. If they can implement into that game plan, they will thrive. For you, Kelley, I want to know what Portland has to do. What's some keys to the game for them?
I mean, it's just what Ally said, but the opposite.
Cat and mouse.
Yeah, so Kansas City plays a traditional 3-4-3. You got Portland playing a 4-3-3. If Portland can find those spaces when the wingbacks of Kansas City get super high, those pockets of space in seam 2, on the outside of the field, they can pull apart Kansas City's center backs. Seams will open up, and they can feed that ball through to Sophia Smith, Morgan Weaver, you know, name somebody, and if they find him in behind.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see. The time has arrived, the moment we've all been waiting for. Give me a drum roll. Ooh. But first, before I hear from y'all, we got to look at Twitter real quick to see what our fans are saying. Coming in strong for the Portland Thorns. Oh, wow, okay.
Oh, that's some support. Oh, maybe not, maybe not.
I don't know about this Twitter.
Some fans aren't agreeing, but the fans are out here saying KC Current.
Yeah.
For me, I'm going to go with the graphic that we just saw on Twitter. I'm going with the Portland Thorns. I'm not betting against the #1 offense. But don't get me wrong. The KC Current, they are a scary team, and they are riding with some momentum. So it won't be an easy matchup to say so. But, Kelley, who are you rocking with?
If I was choosing with my head, I would say the Portland Thorns. But I got to go with my heart, and I love an underdog.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going with KC. Worst to first, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Who wants some? Who's with me? All right, there we go.
We love a good underdog story.
We love
Absolutely.
a good underdog
We need
story.
it.
Are you kidding me? Fairy tale season if they win tonight.
All right, Ally, who do you got?
Kelley has been a thorn in my side for the past 15 years, so I'm going to go with the Portland Thorns.
I'm also very convincing.
Your argument was so convincing, and now you've switched sides, but
You know.
I'm also autumn going for the Thorns.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. I need a final prediction score. Ally, go first.
So I know this is going to be a little bit odd coming from a defender, but I want to see goals tonight.
Okay.
I want to see celebrations. I want excitement. But what I actually think is going to happen, because these are strong defensive teams, I think it's going to be 2-1 to Portland.
I like it. Kelley, what do you think?
I think it's going to be 3-1 Kansas City. Can I say 3-1 or 2-1? I just think it's going to be, okay. I'm going to say 3-1 Kansas City. They've scored early in their last 2 games in the playoffs, and I think they're going to score early tonight. I think that with AD in goal, Portland's not going to be able to put more than one past them. So I think it's going to be 3-1 tonight for the old Current.
Okay, lots of celebrations then.
Worst to first,
I'm
baby.
not mad.
You heard it here first from Kelley and Ally. So here, let me just go to this point. I mean, if the game goes to penalties, who do you favor?
Well, so now this is gonna sound weird because I've been talking about AD Franch all night. Kelley, again, very convincing. I think if it goes to penalties, and penalties break my heart. I can't handle it. I would rather we start taking players off the field. So you go to 9v9, 6v6, 1v1.
You can't handle it actually doing them or even watching.
Watching mostly.
Really?
But also doing it. But I don't take the penalties.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I had a bad experience. But yeah, so I think you go all the way down to 1v1. We've got all night.
You would be the player that was left on the field doing
that
1v1.
would suit my strengths more than a
100%.
penalty shootout.
Yeah, I can definitely see you doing that.
But with AD Franch in goal, I'm actually gonna give the Current the edge if it goes to penalties.
Okay, so you're picking Portland in regular time.
Yeah,
are
2-1,
you picking,
but if it goes to 2-2, then I'm
But
going...
are you picking Portland in regular time and extra time?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Crystal
when
Dunn,
and
banger.
then as soon as it goes to PKs, you think KC's winning?
Yes.
All right, well,
AD Franch is ready for this game.
picking KC in regular time, in extra time,
Okay.
and in PKs.
To the end.
I'm tripling
To
down.
the end.
I'm tripling down.
I love it. What about Sophia, who can get that done? What do you want to see from her?
I want to see her be confident and have fun. You know, don't let the pressure of the game get to her. Like I said, she's played in big games before, and I know how good this girl is. So I just want to see her run with confidence with the ball at her foot, take shots when she can, and put on a show, because this is what the fans deserve. This is what she's capable of, and I think if she plays with confidence and some joy in her heart, she's going to have a great night.
We mentioned a lot of players in this pregame show, but I want to know someone who isn't as talked about as much that can make a huge impact. Who do you think, Kelley?
Alex O'Hara.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have
she's,
to agree.
Yeah, she's had an incredible playoff run so far.
Yeah, she's scoring goals. She's creating goals, and I think she is going to feel that confidence and be able to have fun tonight. She looks like she plays with a lot of joy, and I think if people aren't saying her name already after tonight, they probably will be.
Definitely.
I already know this game comes with pressure, right? I mean, we are talking about a championship game for the NWSL. And Kelley, you were in this position last year. What are those players feeling right now?
Well, let's see. It's 6:57, so I think that they're in the locker room. They probably got some music on. They're trying to calm their nerves, get focused on the game. I vividly remember last year that I was pretty nervous for this game because I wanted a championship so badly. Yeah. I've played in big games before, but this was one of the biggest of my career, honestly. So, yeah, they're probably just all trying to come together, hopefully having some fun in the locker room and getting focused and getting ready.
Ally, who do you think is playing with more pressure, and what's at stake tonight for both teams?
It's definitely the Thorns.
Absolutely.
Playing for the Portland Thorns comes with an expectation, and they have a chance now to cement themselves as the most successful team of the NWSL's first decade.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a big accomplishment.
It is huge.
So, yeah, but I also think they have the players who can handle it. They've been here before.
And it could be the perfect next chapter, too, for Kansas City Current.
It could, and you know, that might not be the same type of pressure, but it's opportunity. And they're building this women's soccer specific facility that's, you know, unprecedented. And what an amazing way to kind of start that and build that to bring a championship trophy home to Kansas City.
The first one we'll see, or will it be the Thorns who bring their third? We'll find out really shortly. Championship game about to kick off soon.
We're going to know in a couple hours. I'm excited.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, we are about to get things started off very soon. Happy birthday, Ally. Let's go. Got a nice cake for her as well. That is it for the warm-up presented by Ally, brought to you by Just Women's Sports. But don't go anywhere, y'all. Coming up next, we got the 2022 NWSL pregame show presented by Ally. Thank you so much for joining us. Kate, over to you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.